What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. I don't know why I do that. I'm sorry, I apologise. Somebody said in the comment section the other day, why does he roll his R's all the time? I don't know. It's just one of those things that happens. I ended up buying a few of the K-League players to prepare for the K-League tournament. And after I bought them, as you can see here, I'm looking at their prices. I'm noticing that there's not many of them left. So I thought, let me try and sell them for some quick profit. If I get lucky, brilliant. If I don't, I can potentially use them later on in the day. And because I bought them so cheap, I'll still be able to sell them on for, if not a profit, at least not a loss. You know, like for example, Leonardo there, I bought him for 11,750. I can discard him for 10,000 coins. Like, you know, I'm not really going to be losing much. Now, this K-League tournament for me was really interesting for a few reasons. First of all, it's interesting because it's nice to see EA moving out to a league that just doesn't get much love in the game. It kind of gives relevance to certain players that people would never use. I think the problem with the tournament was that the fact that you needed 6 K-League players in the starting 11 allowed people to have any, like basically any defense and goalkeeper, any bench, the best 3 K-League players, the 3 informs that we were looking at earlier today, 3 random K-League players, and then just make subs instantly of like Ronaldo's, Messi's, Neymar's, Bale's, Hazard's, Cerna's, Marlos's, Ramos, like anything you need. And for me, that kind of defeats the purpose of having to have 6 K-League players in the team. I really wish EA would kind of take more notice of what the actual tournament is for, how it can be manipulated, and what people will want to be doing with it. Because I would prefer to see, instead of one tournament for 2 days like this, I would prefer to see this K-League tournament for 7 days and people have to use an entire K-League team, because then that gives people time to get their affairs in order, get their finances correct within the game to actually be able to afford and buy K-League players. And it doesn't see like an instant spike in the value of K-League prices and then an instant drop the day later when everyone's trying to panic sell everything they've got because, oh my god, they overpaid for that damn Janovic and now they've got to get rid of him, otherwise this whole thing wasn't worth it. Like, why not just allow a lot more time within the tournament so that people have got time to win it, time to buy the players, and instead of just having one tournament at a time over a 2-day period, don't need these in, have like 3 or 4 tournaments at the same time. Why not have, like, you know, a K-League tournament, a J-League tournament, a Premier League tournament, and a Spanish League tournament all at once? Give the same sort of rewards you're giving. I'm not the hugest fan of these sort of rewards. The reason why I picked this specific tournament to enter into, I'll explain in a minute. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of these rewards. Like, it's the end of FIFA, EA. Give us packs for rewards. Give us untradeable packs. Like, what is actually going to happen? We've got left the FUTties, the MLS team of the season, and that is it. There's like 10 weeks before the new FIFA. Maybe even less than 10 weeks, actually. Maybe 8 weeks before the new FIFA. And giving a whole bunch of 50 packs to people, 50k packs to people, isn't going to be a problem for the game. Like, you've made your money, you've done your bit. Team of the year's done, team of the season's done. We're done. Like, the game is done, and actually the game is pretty much done, and that's another thing I want to talk about here today. Now, I was quite surprised about the K-League offline tournament. It was amateur difficulty, and if it was a premium coins pack rather than just a coin pack, or if there was a bonus for winning it, like 2,000 or 3,000 coins, I would have probably tried it. But for just a coins pack, you could potentially get 2,000 coins. Whilst that's not bad on amateur, 500 coins per game bonus, I'm not personally looking to waste my time for that. So the first opponent we come up against had a pretty nice team. He made some subs straight away. I made some subs straight away. Now, the reason why I decided to go for this tournament was because of how easy I knew it would be. And this is really crappy, and like this comes from me knowing that I'm a good player at FIFA. I know I'm not the best player in the world. I know I'm not pro level. We actually discussed this on stream the other day. You've got pro players, you've got exceptional FIFA players, then you've got me. Like, you've got Division 1 stompers that just win game after game after game. You got the pro guys, then you've got me, like the kind of guy that can win Division 1, can play the game, can win the majority of his games, but when it comes to crunch time, isn't actually that kind of top tier player, you know? Like, I'm better than a lot, I'm not the best. So with that knowledge of myself and knowing my own capabilities within the game, I know that teams like this that specifically are like based around bronze players, a lot of the best players in the game won't bother, for the simple fact that what you get, the 5,000 coins in the premium coin pack, isn't worth the financial value of having to buy these K-League players to then only get like a maximum of 15,000 coins from the 4 games. It's just not worth it, because you could potentially lose far more than you could win. So with that in mind, and the fact that the K-League is such an undesirable league, the kind of players that we're playing this tournament are the kind of players that would be desperate for the coins, which are the kind of players that typically just aren't very good at FIFA. And although this first game in this tournament was a really, really tough game for me. I'm saying this like, and I'm not saying that means I'm going to win every game, and I'm not saying that if you enter the tournament it's going to be easy for you. But what you'll see is, if you watch the bottom, like the bottom bars on the screen, the bottom left and the bottom right where the players are, look at the fitness levels of certain players. And I don't necessarily mean this game, because it's more important in the future stages of this tournament. But the fitness levels is like one of the things how you can tell pretty quickly whether or not this person knows what they're doing. And one interesting thing as well, excuse me, in the Bronze Cup, it's really difficult to get games in the Bronze Cup because not many people play in the Bronze Cup. Jesus Christ. But if you do get a game, what you usually come up against is someone with a starter pack bronze team looking to get like an easy win. Even this late in FIFA, people still match up against you with starter pack bronze teams. Or what you get is quite good players at FIFA looking for easy wins via the Bronze Cup. So, I don't know. That's my theory and my thought process behind playing in this tournament. And that's through my experience of playing FIFA Ultimate Team kind of exclusively since FIFA 11. You know, I do know what I'm talking about with it, and I've experienced it a hell of a lot to know. And whilst that's not to say that I'm never going to lose, or you're never going to lose in like bronze tournaments or tournaments that require like K-League players and such, what will happen is, if you're a good FIFA player, you'll particularly find it quite easy compared to most other tournaments. So I entered this tournament, we went 2-0 up in penalties, he then saved my next penalty. I wasn't really that bothered because I kind of figured out his penalty style. He was kind of a middle guy. That dive, by the way, from Neuer there, I moved to the left because I always do that. I either move to the left or to the right to cover 2/3 of the goal. I didn't touch the joypad after that, and the AI, the game, made Neuer dive out of the way, which was frustrating for me, because if he stood there, he would have just put his arms up and caught it, which would have been nice. Dived the right way for that penalty, but couldn't save it. 3-2. All I've got to do is score this, put it to bed, game over, into the next round. Can we score it? Up steps Wu, we're going to call him, because I'm going to butcher his name, and Wu puts it in the back of the net, and we end up winning the game. So, difficult win, difficult game. What I noticed from this was I made the mistake of thinking I could not use those informs that I bought and then tried to sell, and I could use 6 crappy bronzes and sub in 3 golds and put up with 3 bronzes. But I noticed very, very quickly that having 3 crappy bronzes in the team just wasn't going to be beneficial to me. So I needed to go back and get those players that didn't eventually sell, because I got too greedy. Actually, the Leonardo sold for 15k. I bought him for 11,750. So we made a few thousand coins profit on him. But Damjanovic and Osrich we put back into the team because I'm going to put them into the actual team. And at that point, it then removes the necessity for subbing 2 players, because they're both in form. They've both got relatively decent stats. In fact, Osrich has got really good stats, decent pace. And what you're going to find is you're going to be coming up against stupidly weak teams with these players, because it's the K-League and not everyone can afford these players. And what happened was that Osrich, for example, he went entirely extinct for a while. He has a silver card, a gold upgrade, and an inform. And for a brief period, for like a 1 or 2 hour period, there was not a single version of him on the market at all. Damjanovic's gold card was selling for like 4,000 coins. People don't want to waste 4,000 coins on that. So what they'd rather do is buy a crappy little cheap bronze for 200 coins and hope for the best, you know. So I went back and bought Leonardo again. I bought him for 11,750. I sold him for 15,000. I bought him back again for 13,000. So I'm winning here. Like, I'm just making coins left, right, and centre. And what I decided to do was actually play Leonardo in centre midfield, because he's got decent stats for centre midfield. But what I didn't want to do was apply a left mid to left wing and a left wing to left forward position modifier to get him up in that right forward spot on 7 chem, because it would have cost me like 4,000 coins to do it, and I just basically wasn't willing to put that money in and then not be able to sell him on. So I wanted to make sure I used what I had to my advantage. And that's exactly what we did. So we go into the game here. You could see my bench there. I have Bale, Neymar, and Modric on the bench. We came up against this guy, which is a prime example of what I'm talking about. 88 chemistry, 79 rated. He's got one good player in there in that Higuain. He's got Perisic, Company, Vertonghen, but he's got a bronze goalkeeper. He's got a couple bronzes outside, and he's got 2 silvers as well. He did actually bring on like Ronaldo and stuff, but just look at this. This is really early in the game. Look at his Higuain, for example. His Higuain's already down at like, I would wager a guess that that's about 80 fitness. Now, if he's got his 95 Higuain down on low fitness, it's going to be true for the most of his players. And you see here, we're 25 minutes in, and look at the bottom right, they're all his players, and they are just dead out. Like, after 25 minutes, Vincent Company's lower than 50%. Like, his Mason, his midfielder was like 50%. And I just knew that as long as I just played a sensible game, towards the second half of this game, his players would be so goddamn tired that they just wouldn't be able to keep up with my players. And that was entirely true, and we ended up walking through this guy so easily, picking up an easy win. Now, one thing I want to talk about is the state of FIFA. Last year in FIFA, during this kind of time, FIFA got really interesting and really fun for me. Having all the players out, having the footies, the team of the seasons and stuff, squad building was fun, playing the game was fun. This year though, although it's like remarkably similar in the sense that all the players are out, you know, we're only waiting for footies and stuff like that, people just don't want to play this game anymore. So I ask you guys, what do you do on FIFA now? Do you even play FIFA? When you do play FIFA, what is your game? What is your target? What is your goal? What do you aim to do when you switch FIFA on? What is the point of you picking up the game? Because I think for next year, EA really need to recognise that right now, once you've won Division 1 and once you played FUT Draft a couple of times, there's nothing to do because you could win FUT Draft. And again, we'll take a look at this guy's team here. He's actually got a decent team in terms of player ability, but he's only got 79 chemistry. He's got 4 silvers in there as well. And again, just check his fitness throughout the game. What happens is in the FUT Draft, there's nothing in packs anymore, to the point where packing something big is like, let's say you pack like a Gareth Bale, that's only 80,000 coins. Now, the likelihood of you actually packing a Gareth Bale is stupidly low, and then on top of that, he doesn't even go for much. So your 15,000 coins is risky to invest in the online draft, which is why I believe the offline draft is profitable. And I still need to find the time in my day to make a video where I've played the offline draft like 4 or 5 times, and we'll see if we make any profit. But I actually could do it on this road to glory. It would be a lot of fun to test, you know, get 15k coins, do the offline draft, sell all the consumables, see where we go. But in general, for me, I love FIFA at this stage in the game because I like to. I want to get my players' stats up. I want to score goals. Like Castro is nearly at 100 goals for us. I want to get him to 100 goals. I want to get like the bronze player key that I packed. I want to get him 50 or 60 goals. I just want to have fun with FIFA at this stage. But it feels like there's limited amount of fun to be had because there's nothing to do. And that's why I'm a little bit disappointed in these tournaments. We go all the way back to point 1 because although I'm happy that EA are giving us tournaments, now this is the final for us, bear in mind guys, right? He's got a couple of good players there, Balassi on loan, Ronaldo on loan, 70 chem, 4 bronze defenders, a bronze goalkeeper and a bronze striker. He can only make 3 subs. So he's going to be left with either a bronze goalkeeper and 2 bronze defenders, or 3 bronze defenders and like a goalkeeper, 1 goal defender, 1 goal striker. But in general, like I knew I was going to win this game, and then as luck would have it, my bronze midfielder ended up scoring a 30-yard banger before I had the chance to make my own subs, which was a great way to get into the game. And if you look at the fitness again, look at his player. He's got Xavi Torres there on 50% fitness at 20 minutes into the game. Once again, I just absolutely knew that by the time the end of the game came around, his players were going to be washed out, and it was going to be easy for me because I control my fitness well. I keep on top of my fitness. I make sure I have the best possibilities that I've got. Like Mario Götze here is like at 45% fitness. So yeah, like that's where it's at for me. But yeah, in terms of tournaments, guys, the FUT 7 years birthday cup where you had to win the tournament 7 times to get the best rewards, do something like that now. Why the hell not? What difference does it make to the game? It won't have a negative impact on the game. It would only ever have a, like, it would either have a stagnant impact where it just is neither positive nor negative, or it would have a positive impact. It wouldn't ever have a negative impact. Give us a tournament where we get a week to play it. Call it whatever you want. Make us win it 5 times to get the reward. You know, reward each time, blah, 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 blah. You know, the reward gets progressively better. The 5th time you win it, that's the end. Bang, job done. People would be happy with that. People would be genuinely happy trying to actually invest their time and energy on the game for something to actually do. We end up winning this tournament relatively comfortably. The most difficult game was actually the first game. That is such a banging goal, man. I'm so happy I went and watched that back again. We got a 3-2 win. Possession was quite even. The game was never really out of my control, though. I was always in control. We got the 5,000 coin bonus for winning the tournament, which was obviously very nice. And we have a look at my team afterwards. I actually got Damjanovic sent off by mistake. Like I actually tried to like clear the ball, and I didn't have possession of it. I slid through the back of the guy. It was a deserved red card. There's no qualms about it. But because I'd won this so early, I'd actually won it within about 4 hours of it being out. I was able to sell my players on for potential profit. Now, we opened the premium coins pack. I didn't realise you only get 1 rare coin minimum. Like, you can get 2, but you're only guaranteed 1. So it showed up as 3,000 coins. There was another 3,000 coin unlock in there. So we made, throughout the entire tournament, 11,000 coins from, like, bonus coins, and probably somewhere like 2,500 coins from match coins. So we made probably about 13,500 to 14,000 coins. And then, to my dismay, the next win is only a premiums coins pack, which is crap, because you could get the one where you get the 3,000 coins and like the 1,000 coin if you don't get the 2 rare ones. If you get a non-rare, it could be 1,000 coins. You could end up making only 4,000 coins, which some people might say, hey, for 4 games plus match coins, you're going to make like 5,000-6,000 coins. It's not worth it, in my opinion. As I was saying to you earlier, like, the better players, they wouldn't do that because it's more beneficial to win Division 1. So for me, it was also more beneficial to go and not try and win this again, to try and make small bits of profit on these players that I bought, get a nice bank of coins, get some coins available for whatever the next tournament's going to be, and then start playing Division 1 games again. Now, my fitness is a little bit all over the place right now because I was subbing players in for that tournament. But the team I've got on the screen right now is the team that we took into Division 1. Our first Division 1 game since the last Division 1 run. Obviously, we ended up just getting the holding in Division 1 previously. We got 7,500 coins for. And we came up against a really nice team. And it's a team that rings a lot of bells. I kind of instantly looked at that team and thought, I wonder if this is a viewer, because he's got remarkably similar players. Obviously, you didn't know that I'd sold Perisic and Icardi until later. He's got like a lot of players that are very, very similar to me. He's got that same trio of Torre, Clichy and company down the left-hand side. He's got the same Bale, Modric, Perisic, Icardi quad up in the top. And although he's got the legend Keane, he's got like the same defence as well with Pepe and I can't remember the right back he had. But it's basically the same team that I'm running, or like a variation of the same set of players that I'm using. So I thought it was going to be a really tough game, but fortunately for me, it was actually a really, really easy game. And one of those games where I was sitting here thinking, did I go into Division 1 or did I mistakenly go into a cup game? Like, is this a round 1 cup game? I obviously look at the top left-hand corner, it says season. We're in Division 1. We go 3-0 up after 24 minutes, and the opponent rage quit. So a lovely start to the division. We get 3 points. Fantastic stuff. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.